Good day, everyone. Again, hoping your morning has started well. Thank you for joining May's edition of the Spatial Innovation webinar. This one is dubbed Gearing Up for the 2021 Esri User Conference. We have an excellent one for you. Our presenters today are Mr. Roshan Clark, Deputy CEO and Head of the Geospatial Technologies Business Unit, and Ms. Natalie Dobbs, Customer Support here at Spatial Innovation. I am Matthew Webster, Vice President of the Corporate Services Division, who will be moderating the Q&A session which follows the presentations. Roshan will share an overview of the long-standing Spatial Esri partnership, including how Spatial has, with the help of the Esri Latam Center, improved client care, while Natalie dives into Esri's maintenance program, which some of you may be familiar with, the benefits, how it will aid you for the upcoming virtual user conference. Also, if you haven't done so yet, remember to register for the virtual Esri user conference slated for July 12th to 15th. So that's about 7 weeks away. So ensure that you're registered for that, and also learn how you can share your work to enhance the user conference. And Roshan will share more about that. So at this juncture, I'll now hand over to Roshan, and floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Matthew. Good morning, good day, good evening, maybe even good night to some of our attendees, some of our audience. It's a pleasure to have you on the Spatial webinar series. If you're returning, we say welcome. And if you're joining for the first time, again, welcome. The Spatial webinar, in a nutshell, is an effort that Spatial Innovation does every month to inform and keep you up to date in the latest advancements in geospatial technology. Of course, Spatial Innovation is a company that has offices in Jamaica and in Trinidad, and we have multiple partners in the different areas of the geospatial technology world, if you will. But our core business and our core offering is GIS, and we are the exclusive distributor for Esri for the English-speaking Caribbean. Esri, if you are not familiar, is the leading GIS company in the world. And what we're going to speak about today is the highlight of every year for GIS users around the world. The Esri User Conference, it is the largest and most attended user conference for GIS globally. It's the Comic-Con of GIS. It's the Tomorrowland, the Coachella of GIS. And what we see that every year in July, normally in the physical offering, you would see all of San Diego be covered with GIS professionals from all over the world, sharing ideas, being excited about the technology, showing how their work is improving the world, learning from other colleagues from around the world, learning about the latest announcements and developments in the technology, but not only the technology, but how it is applied to improve our world. Normally, if you are there in the physical space, it's an energy that you can't deny, and you could not only be in the conference, but be out at the night at a bar or at a club or at dinner, and just overhear other people speaking about GIS, because it's just a movement that happens at that time of the year in San Diego. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, Esri and all of us had to have a paradigm shift, if you will, and move from the physical offering to the virtual offering. This move provides both pros and cons, more pros than cons, really. The con really is just that we're not able to see each other in the physical space and bounce ideas off of each other and soak up that energy and that vibe. And I think that's the only con. But the pro, so many pros are there. One is that we see such a vast improvement or increase, I should say, of uptake. Normally in the physical space, we would see around 20,000 attendees across the user conference in San Diego. 20,000 people, that's a huge number. But last year, when we announced the virtual conference, we had over 80,000 people. 80,000 people tuned in from all over the world to hear about the advancements of GIS and how it's making our world a better place. And that's phenomenal, you know. And that's one of the big pros that came out of us moving to a virtual conference. Another thing that was also good is that we know that a lot of organizations and individuals have to budget for the conference, and sometimes travel, logistics, getting approvals, planning everything. It takes a lot of time in advance to prepare to go to the conference. The pro that comes with this virtual conference is that you are able to join or register and get situated pretty closer to the time of the conference. That way in advance planning is not so critical because you don't have to fly there and so on and so forth. So that's another pro. It led to a lot of people being able to, instead of going to San Diego or going to the conference, bringing the conference to their offices at home, bringing the conference to their living room, and so on and so forth. So it is very, very good that we went to the virtual space, and we see more and more benefits of it as we continue to share it for this year. So that's a nutshell of what the user conference is about, and what we will discuss today are the various elements of the Esri space, from being on maintenance, which gives you benefits and access to the user conference, to technical support, which is a benefit of the maintenance, and what we are doing in that space. And then, of course, closing the conversation, which is with the point of why we're here, which is how do you gear up for the user conference. So having said that, I will pass to my colleague Natalie, who will walk you through the maintenance side of stuff, and then I will return and speak about tech support and how do you gear up for the conference. Natalie? I think you may be on mute, Natalie.
Thank you, Matthew and Roshana. Welcome everyone to today's webinar. I'm Natalie Dobbs, and the section I'll be covering pertains to Esri maintenance. I'll start with information from Esri.
Your organization aims to make a difference for the better. Whether you're reducing inefficiencies, responding to crises, or providing better services for your customers, your work creates positive change. Here at Esri, that's our goal too. When you invest in our software, you're empowered by technology that drives action and informed decision-making. You also gain a global community of peers and experts that's ready to support you in your work every step of the way. As the world changes and your organization takes on new challenges, you need the latest innovations and a knowledgeable network on your side. The Esri Maintenance Program keeps you up to date, connected, and moving forward with 6 core benefits. Software updates are delivering the latest innovations so you can leverage cutting-edge capabilities to answer bigger questions. Plus, having the latest software automatically protects your data from security risks. Thorough compatibility testing for new operating systems and databases guarantees you won't lose access to your work when your system is upgraded. Esri's award-winning tech support team is resolving your issues quickly, so you can work faster and more efficiently in any situation. An impactful, collaborative network of GIS professionals is providing inspiration when you need a different perspective. Unlimited access to powerful e-learning is ensuring your workforce can grow the skills required to get the results you need. Rich cloud content and services are helping you enhance your projects with ready-to-use apps, imagery, base maps, and datasets from vetted, curated sources. As your organization is working towards a brighter future, these maintenance benefits help you get there using the full potential of your GIS platform. Are you utilizing all of the benefits available?
So additional maintenance benefits are access to Esri User Conference, As mentioned by Rashawn, it's a virtual format this year. And with your current maintenance plan or subscription, you can register as a general attendee. There are other categories that are available that I believe that Rashawn will mention later in the webinar. In addition to the information that was communicated pertaining to technical support is provided with your maintenance plan or subscription. So if, for instance, you only have one license that is current on maintenance, you'll still have access to technical support. So after you've heard the different maintenance benefits, how is it that you go about checking your maintenance status? One option is with My Esri. My Esri is an online portal that customers can use to connect and find information about their licenses, download information, submit technical support. So you'll go to my.esri.com once your account has been connected and you have gotten the respective permissions. Specific to ascertaining your maintenance status, you go to My Organization, Licensing, License Summary. Then you can view license summary and you'll be able to view the maintenance license term start date and the end date. And also there's a column on license status. Additionally, information can be ascertained from Spatial Innovation. So if it is that your licenses are not current on maintenance and you like to find out the cost, we can provide that information. Or if you had any other inquiries about maintenance, we can assist you with that. Over to you, Rashawn.
Thank you, Natalie. Appreciate that. Just allow me to share my screen and I will pick up where we left off about leveraging technical support and gearing up for Esri 2021 UC. All right, now the first thing we want to speak about is the tech support. Spatial Innovation has made some investment and some partnership with our Esri regional tech support family, if you will. And the result of that is such an improvement in the customer experience. Now, I'll share a little bit about the regional tech support concept. What Esri has done is they have built out global regional hubs, if you will, for tech support. 6 of them, as you will see on the screen. 2 in the US, 1 in Colombia, which serves our customers in the Caribbean, as well as 3 Jordan, India, and Malaysia. And what this means is that as Esri and the technology evolves and starts to cover more and more areas of the society, more and more disciplines, and it just gets wider and broader, we are able to offer more analysts. We are able to carry you or connect you with subject matter experts from the LATAM team that will quicker and more efficiently respond to your needs. This is our investment because we believe this is very important for our customers, and we are very happy to say that as of November last year, we've seen such a great improvement in the delivery and such a great response from our customers on the tech support. And as I said, we do deliver 94%. We actually have more than 94%. That's a standard, but I would say we're probably close to 95, 96% customer satisfaction. Award winning, as I mentioned, and 55% of the cases are resolved within 48 hours. There are 2 main channels to access this tech support. If you have a specific situation, you can send that email directly to Esri Tech Support at Spatial Vision, and this will allow you to get direct connect to the Colombian team, but we always have eyes on it so we can support, we can create context, we can add additional support if needed as account managers and as your point of reference from the Caribbean, from the distributorship. Also, you could access this through your filling out and submitting a web form. You should be able to see that on your My Esri, or you could go to support.esri.com, choose your distributor or your region, and you will see the necessary information to fill out that web form. But what we are super happy about is the announcement of a third channel for our customers to access this tech support. So we mentioned emails and we mentioned web forms. Coming pretty soon, I would say in June, is the Esri Support Spatial Caribbean App. We're pretty excited about this because this will allow you to have access to tech support on the go. You will have it in the palms of your hand, and you'll be able to track your various cases. You'll be able to get updates. You'll be able to look at even past cases, and so on and so forth. So we're pretty excited about this. We're 99.99999% ready to go. And we anticipate that by June, this will be fully announced. And this is very good for us because as we close off the first half of the year, this is a good announcement for the second half of the year. So we welcome feedback when this is announced. We encourage you to download the app. It's totally free. There's no cost for using the app. And we also encourage feedback as we continue to improve our tech support to you, our valued customers. Now, what I'm speaking about is a standard tech support that comes with your maintenance. However, there are priority and premium support that one can look at as well. This would be additional access or additional support beyond the scope of standard. I must say that standard is very, very fine for all of our customers. If you have standard, you may be totally fine and not need any priority or premium support. Priority or premium support is more targeted to those customers who have mission critical or super important timelines in what they're doing, or their area of business and our operation is so critical to timeliness of support that they need additional access. Okay, now let's look at the differences. We have standard support that kind of covers the most of what we need, which is the software releases and service packs, the unlimited telephone support, knowledge-based, and GeoNet, and the business hours are available. So in other words, if you reach out to us, part of the reason why we use the Colombia team is that they're pretty much on the same time zone as us in the Caribbean. So 8 to 8:30 to 5 or somewhere there. It's not super strict, but the normal business hours we can get the tech support. Now, if you need it 24/7 or you need it over the weekend or something like this, this is where priority or premium may seem more valuable to you. So you would see that when we talk about senior support analysts and elevated case priority, those are where the priority comes in. And then you can look even further at the premium that gives you an assigned technical account manager. You get your quarterly service reviews. As I mentioned, you get 24/7, 365 support, and you can get daily updates of your critical cases. So let's look a little more into the premium. The premium, as we mentioned, is in a nutshell is faster case resolution, personalized attention, and those prioritized case management. And these are the types of solutions that may need this mission critical. So if you're in a police force or army, military, national security, and you need support, around your operations, that's not only business hours, because fighting crime or securing your country is a 24-hour, 7 days a week, 365 operation. Similarly, you may be in telecom and you're serving, whether it's an electric company serving your customers or a telecom or water, you need to have access 24/7. Now, you may say as an organization, I have my thing planned in a way where I don't need it. The standard support is fine for me, and that's totally fine. But you may say, well, during the hurricane season, I may need additional support because of disasters that may occur. This is something that can be discussed, and we can shape something to whether it's a term or annual. I know I want to acknowledge Frank on the call with us, who is an expert in the tech support, is our partner on the Esri side and has really done a great job of helping us deliver tech support. So he is around if we need any questions around premium support or tech support in general. But yeah, this serves that kind of client. As we mentioned before, elevated support, but also the technical account manager. And this means that you have a single person that is your point of contact, and he keeps you up to date with the progress. If you compare the standard to premium, you will see it's 5 times faster. So again, if time is of essence for you and your operation, this may be something that you want to explore. Okay. And finally, I would say the premium support has these main hubs for support. It would be 2 in the US, and I'm assuming India and Malaysia as well, right? Now, that's it for premium support. Again, if you have any questions, we can address them at the end of this call, at the Q&A section, I should say, or we can also you can contact us afterwards. Now, let's talk about the Esri User Conference, July 12th to the 15th. I encourage everyone to register now, because as you get closer, you don't want to be in a situation where it's the day of the plenary, the Monday, that's when you're registering, So I encourage everyone to register, and I guess we can use this as a litmus test, because we know how many have been registered already from the Caribbean as of yesterday. So I encourage everyone to register, and then we will see what that number looks like afterwards. Now, the first step to getting registered is to go on the site. You will see this landing page, and you click on register now. Once you click on register now, it will lead you through. Now, the main points that we want to look at for this conversation is submissions, registrations, the agenda scheduling, and some other activities that are around. Now, when you go on the website, let's talk about the submissions. When you go on the website, you will see at the ribbon at the top different things, the overview, the plenary. When you click on get involved, that shows you the different areas that you can submit stuff. And I want to speak about that first before the registration, because time is of the essence. If you want to submit a map for the virtual map gallery, your deadline is June 4th. That's next week, Friday, I believe, but June 4th. So it's pretty close. If you want to submit images for the plenary, that is June 3rd, next week again. And if you want to become a sponsor or exhibitor, the deadline for application is this Friday, May 28th. And then within the following week, you would have to have sent in your relevant information. So if you're thinking about being a sponsor or exhibitor, you have to send in that this week. And once you click on the get involved and click on the become a sponsor, you get the necessary information to doing that process. Similarly for the submitting of the map and the plenary images. The plenary images, I would say, is very good to do, because it allows you to an opportunity, if it is selected, to be a part of Jack's presentation or other plenary presenters, and that's always good, because the visibility is very far and wide. A lot of people watch the plenary even if they don't participate in any other part of the conference. And we really encourage you to show your work, show what you have been doing, whether it's something around COVID-19 response, or something with disaster response, or community building, sustainability, whatever you think you have worked on that you would like to share. And do believe that all the Esri team, they look at all the images. So it would be good. We encourage you to submit before the deadline, which is next week on June 4th. All right. Now, if you're going to go to the registration, similarly, you go at the ribbon at the top, you click to the registration. Well, there are different folks that can register. You can register as a general attendee to participate in the entire conference. You can register as a student, as long as you're actively a student, you're either graduating this year or still a student. Or you may register just to attend the plenary alone. That's a live stream. I must say, as you see on the screen, registration is complimentary for everyone. All you need is an Esri account with a unique email address, and you can access that at no cost. And if you are not up to date on your subscription or maintenance, you will have access to the plenary session only. So I would like to recall you to where Natalie said that you just need to minimally get on maintenance. If you have at least one of your products on maintenance, you are considered to be current to access the webinar, the conference. So encourage you, if you're a little behind on your maintenance, to contact Natalie, and we can definitely help you to get back on maintenance or to get your maintenance current. And also, if you're a newcomer to Esri, just simply set up an account, and then you can have access to the as a general attendee. The idea is that it is no cost to you to attend. All right. Now, once you have registered, and I registered, so I'm kind of showing you some screenshots of what you see when you register. As you see there, it's complimentary. Of course, I'm a distributor, so you would see something different for you as an attendee, but it's still complimentary. And you could put some notes to the registration team so that they have a little reference for you. Once you do that, you will see a screen like this, which actually shows you your status, whether you're completed or if there need additional action. You will also see the areas that you can submit your work. Again, coming back to the map gallery and the plenary images. You can also look at your agenda and your planner, which is very good because it allows you to, plan what you're doing and kind of earmark the areas of interest to you. And of course, if you want to be an exhibitor, it's still open until the end of this week. Now, once you pass there, the next thing, as we mentioned, after you've done your submission and you're registered, now you want to look at your agenda. For the agenda, you could go back to the home page. You would also have received an email confirming that you're registered. Now you go to your home page and you can basically explore what you see there. You will see it on a high level of day by day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it kind of shows you just the time slots for technical workshops, for plenary, and that kind of stuff. I want to bring your attention to this little funnel that's on your right, beside the search symbol. It looks like a little funnel. That allows you to open up a filter. Once you open that filter, you're able to sift through all the different courses, all the different technical workshops and all the different sessions to the type that you're interested in and also your level. So that's important because there's so much being offered. I would say that when it was a physical space, you would see folks running all over the different buildings trying to attend different sessions and looking at the agenda, and it's like an airport, trying to see where are our train station, what is my next session. Similarly, in the virtual space, you need to have that kind of filtration capability so that you can zone in on what you're interested in, and you can also have that earmarked and funnel back to your calendar so that you get your updates and reminders. So yeah, use up the filter as best as you possibly can. Outside of that, you click on the Explore the Full Agenda, which you see on your left upper corner. And when you click on that Explore the Full Agenda, you go into a detailed agenda. Now you will see on the lower right, a star. That shows that I have already selected the plenary and have it earmarked. So I'm already scheduled for that from my scheduling standpoint. But again, you can go further into your filter. The same funnel on your right. Using that filter on the right, you will see now you have a little more options. You can look at the type like we had before. You can also look at your topic. You can look at your level. And now you can also look at your favorites. So as you select your favorites, that is kind of put into a folder for you, if you will. And so you can easily look back at all of the stuff that you have to attend and make sure you don't have any conflicts and so on and so forth. So it's very, very good to use this. That's really agenda and your scheduling. Now, finally is some other activities outside of the GIS technology and the technical part of it. You would find that In the physical conference, there were marathons and different sports activities that were taking place from like over a week, a little before the conference started, and it continued to a little after the conference. Similar things that are being offered in the virtual space. So when you click on the plan, you will see Expo and things to do. Expo is speaking to that exhibition that we've been speaking about. So if you're registered as an exhibitor, this is where you have that space to showcase your products or your services or your brand or your company, whatever you're exhibiting. Um, Similarly, you also are able to see some of our partners. So you know that Spatial carries other brands such as Trimble and other brands. This is where you will be able to see what they're offering and see how they complement and integrate with ArcGIS. So we encourage folks to explore the expo. And outside of that, there is what we were referring to about the sports, the UC virtual run, walk, or bike. And as I said, it starts from July 10th to July 18th, so it's a week-long activity. It's virtual, so you can dive into it and see how that works. But it's very, very interesting, and of course, it just brings back some fun to the conference and creates some balance between work and play. So having said that, this is a nutshell of the user conference. We welcome any questions. We are also able to assist you if you need assistance in getting registered. We also can help you to be aware of key workshops that that we believe may be beneficial to you depending on your area of discipline. And most importantly, Spatial is here to help you navigate this all. If we know that you are a company or organization that is in land, and we know that there are some announcements that will come from the land, this is just an example, then we will be key to make sure that you are in those conversations. Technical workshops, we encourage everyone to take advantage of that. Normally, to get a technical workshop may come at a cost any time around the year. So to get in on this would be advantageous to you. And we encourage you to leverage as much, soak up as much as you can from the UC. We encourage it and we are supportive and we will facilitate and coordinate as best as we can. Having said that, my name is Rashawn Clark, Deputy CEO. You can reach out to me at marketing@spatialvision.com and I'm happy to assist. Also, Natalie from a maintenance conversation is happy to assist, and Matthew from corporate services is also able to assist. So thank you for your time, and I'll pass back to Matthew now.
Thanks, Sean. Very, very comprehensive. Actually pulled up a list of frequently asked questions about the UC, but you covered them in your presentation. But for the members on the stream, one of the questions I just ask you in terms of, could you advise as to what time zone is the event being held? And maybe I can help to gauge.
Right. Thank you for that. Yes. So all of the dates, all of the information is according to Pacific time, because the San Diego is a reference point, as well as Esri's headquarters is in Redlands, California as well. So you would have to factor in a 2-hour difference if you're in Jamaica, or maybe a 3-hour difference if you're in the Eastern or Southern Caribbean. Because it's not in Eastern time, it's actually in Pacific time.
All right, thanks, Roshan. And with the event moving virtual, can you confirm if users submitted content and map gallery submissions, will they still be featured given that we're not traveling to San Diego?
Yes, it will be featured virtually. Once definitely the map gallery, I think it is almost guaranteed that it will be shown. And in terms of the plenary, there is a selection to see if it will end up on Jack's slide. But outside of that, I suspect that there will be some room for visibility. So we encourage everyone to submit as soon as you can. Remember, the dates are June 3rd and June 4th respectively. Let's use June 3rd as a reference. So all submissions should come in by June 3rd. And if you want to be an exhibitor, you need to send in an application by May 28th, this Friday.
Excellent news. And you mentioned the virtual run, walk, bike. So a question for you, will you be participating? Which one are you going to do?
I would like to because I'm very curious. If you notice, I didn't speak too much about it because I've never participated in a physical, but I'm very curious to see how it works in a virtual space. And as we work from home and as we navigate the pandemic, it's important to be active and to stay healthy. So, yes, I'll be participating in the virtual run, walk, or bike.
All right, great. I don't know if you had mentioned if there was a deadline to register for the UC. You had shared one?
I don't think I'd share that. To be honest, I'm not sure of that. I think you can register up until maybe the day before or the morning off. I'm not sure. I just recommend that everyone registers today, because certainly we saw last year there were a few folks that tried to register like 10 minutes before the plenary, and it wasn't so easy because I assume people from all over the world were trying to do it at the same time. And we have to acknowledge the Esri Planning Committee who are not robots, they're humans, and so they're doing their best. So we have to acknowledge that, and if we can give them that registration earlier, it puts us in a better place to plan, coordinate, and prepare. So I recommend everyone register today.
All right, let's challenge our attendees. I would say till the end of the month, May 31. So
Okay.
let's give them till May 31. And then we can see where the count. As I said, this serves as a good litmus test for us to see how well it works. So May 31, for all those who have up until the end of the month just register so we can up the registrations. I think on our last count we had about 50 from the Caribbean. Do you remember how much we had last year, Roshan? From the Caribbean?
No, I think it was over 200 last year.
Oh, so we're behind one, so we need to up it to 300 this year.
Exactly, exactly. We Caribbean members are competitive, so let's do better with it than last year. So I'm challenging everyone to register.
All right. So we're looking for 300 out of the Caribbean this year. At anywhere out of the Caribbean, just get registered. Just remind them of where they're registered. It's Esri.com.
Yeah, you just go to Esri.com and click on the UC link, and you just click registration. If you have any challenges, you can certainly email us at any email for Spatial, marketing at Spatial Vision or VP Corporate at Spatial Vision, or definitely customer service. Natalie can assist VP Knowledge at spatialvision.com.
All right. Before we wrap, just mentioning again. So as we spoke up, Rashawn had spoken about the Esri support Spatial Caribbean app that we're looking to launch next month. It will serve as an excellent channel for you to receive that support. We have Frank here from the Esri team. Before I go, I don't know if you'd want to share anything about premium support or the Esri support team. Frank?
Hi, Matthew. Well, thank you for this opportunity. It's my pleasure to be here with you and the Spatial team. And I just want to commend Rashawn and the partnership that we've had over many years, but recently the increased collaboration through our support from Esri and what we've been doing for Spatial Innovision and their customers. We wouldn't be able to do what we do for all of you without Rashawn, the Spatial team, and their leadership. It's been a crazy a crazy road already, and Spatial has really risen to the challenge to get that level of service, make that investment for all of their customers, to really get them to that next level of service, to really bring value to their maintenance program, offering additional services like Roshan mentioned with premium support. And the support app, we're very excited about the support app, especially right now, where we want to meet you where you are, and from your phone that you have with you at all times in the palm of your hand, you can request and for help, and we're going to be there to support you along the way. So that's something that we're very excited about. We've been working with Spatial for a few months to line this up and get this ready for all of you. And I think all of what you're mentioning with the UC and gearing up to the UC, it's definitely very beneficial for everyone. It sets the tone for the rest of the year. If you want to know the latest from Esri and what they're doing and get a chance to see that work and the future, that's what the UC is for. And so I definitely echo what with Rashawn and the spatial team, with Matthew, and also with Natalie, what she mentioned with regards to the maintenance program. So again, my pleasure to be here. I will stay on for any questions that you may have for me or with regards to what we're doing in terms of technical support with spatial innovation. Thank you, Matthew.
All right, thanks, Frank. So I hope everyone was tuned in. We actually have a very shy audience today. But as Roshan had shared, if you do have any questions at any point, he shared some email addresses. So marketing@spatialvision.com, vpcorporate@spatialvision.com. Roshan, you can remind me if they need any kind of Esri support, can you just remind me of that email address? You can share that with them. And if we don't have any questions, we can wrap following that.
Yeah, definitely. So there is the Esri Tech Support at spatialvision.com. That is the email. I'll repeat it. Esri Tech Support at spatialvision.com. And that allows you to access tech support directly from the Colombian team, as well, or I should say from the LATAM team, as well as filling out a web form on support.esri.com or your My Esri should link you to the web form. What I would like to do, Matthew, I don't know if we have I don't want to put you on the spot. I don't know if we have a poll that we could ask, or if not, then we could just have a show of hands. How many folks will be registering as a result of this webinar? You know, it would be good to get some feedback if we successfully shared all the information, and if there's anything else that we can share. So. Is it too quick to do a poll? Otherwise, we can just do a raise of hands.
Let me try to shoot a poll within 30 seconds.
Okay. All right. So again, while Matthew works on that, we just drive home the point that we're here to serve. We're here to help you to get to where you need to be, or where you would like to be. Where our doors are open, our phones are on, and our email inboxes are open for you to reach out to us. The tech support team from LATAM is very engaged and they're very responsive. If you have any challenges, definitely leverage that. That's a benefit. That's an entitlement that comes with your maintenance. So use it as much as possible. Esri UC will be very exciting. There are a lot of announcements that are coming. Announcements in products. Even within support, there may be some announcements. I can't speak too much. You know, it's like a film coming out, and you don't want to give away all the details before the film announces or the film is launched. That is a UC. But every year there is some announcement. Last year there was the PaaS, platform as a service, was a big announcement last year. ArcGIS Enterprise on Kubernetes was a big announcement. Velocity. There were a lot of things that were announced. That has still been exciting news for our customers, our users, from our feedback. And of course, this year is just more announcements, more advancement. And, you know, Jack and the team continue to improve ArcGIS, to better serve the world and to create a safer world for us all. So Matthew, I don't know.
Yeah, man, we're ready, man. I was just waiting on you to finish up. So I'm going to launch it now, all right?
Okay, great.
Launch it now. All right, poll is live. So everyone can just respond. And once we've completed, I'd say probably about 80 to 90%, hopefully, we can close off and just let you know. But I'd say so far, Rashawn, so far, Frank, Natalie, we're having resounding yeses from the team that's here, which is good news. So again, if you haven't registered yet, just register. That's why we have a challenge for May 31. And we're looking to encourage about 300 registrations from the Caribbean. Topping last year's 200 plus.
Awesome. And I see roughly half of the folks have voted, and Well, more than half because some of us are panelists, no?
Right.
But definitely everyone will be attending the 2021 Esri UC. So that's very good. So we encourage you now to get registered. And again, I can't say it enough. Reach out to us if you're having any challenges along the way.
All right. With that said, I'm going to end the poll, and I guess this would end our webinar. Thanks for everyone that has joined. Recording will also be shared on Spatial Vision's YouTube channel. You can look out for that, I would say, by Friday, in case you want to re-watch. And yeah, look forward to the next one. The next one is scheduled for the last Wednesday in June. So spatial webinars are the last Wednesdays of each month. Next month, or GTBU. So Rashawn's GTBU will be presenting next month, and we'll be also sending out a survey in terms of getting your feedback as to the topics that you guys will be interested in. So you can look out for that via email as well. Thanks everyone. Thanks panelists, Rashawn, Natalie, Frank. Thanks for all participation, and enjoy the rest of the day, everyone. Thanks again.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.